Hi there, welcome to another video on math problem solving. This is Bharat Divyan from Zone Academy. What we have is another abstract algebra problem, very similar to what we did last week. If you haven't seen the last week's video, please do check it out. But let's get to this. So what we have is two variables a and b. You need to find the sum of it, but you're not given it directly. Instead, you're given two equations. One is a plus 1 times b plus 1 times a plus b is 2022. The other one is a cube plus b cube is 1933. Okay, now if you look at this problem and you say, okay, I need to find a way to figure out what a is and what b is, most likely you are going to be finding it very difficult to solve this problem. The idea here is to actually look for patterns. So the moment you see a cube plus b cube, remember that this can also be shown as a plus b whole cube. Okay, so let's write this down. So a cube, let me just do this. So a cube plus b cube is the same as a plus b whole cube minus 3ab times a plus b. Okay, so what we have done is, so we have something like this. Individually figuring out a cube and b cube is very hard, but you have tried to put it across in terms that is more familiar. And this is nothing but 1933. Okay, now let's look at the first term as well. So when you expand that, what you're going to end up getting is a. So a multiplies with b, so it's ab plus a plus 1 times b is b plus 1. And this whole thing multiplied by a plus b is 2022. Okay, so now if you look at it, you can rewrite these equations purely in terms of ab. So that's a repeated pattern, and a plus b, and another one which is ab. So at this point, you can rewrite these equations by replacing it with a variable. So let's call a plus b to be x and ab to be y. So let's look at the first equation. A plus b is x, so that becomes x cubed minus 3. ab is y, so let's write them as y, and a plus b is x. So x cubed minus 3xy is 1933. This is one equation. And you also have y plus x plus 1 times x is 2022. Okay, so as you can see, you have simplified the problem into and then broken down the complexity to manage it at a much easier level. So now the goal is to get rid of y and then see if you can find an equation. By combining these two equations, find one equation which has only x in it. So to do that, you need to get rid of y, which is the term minus 3xy. So one thing you can do here is to multiply both left hand side and right hand side with 3. So what you end up getting is 3 times xy plus 3x squared plus 3x is 6066. And if you take down this equation, you can think of it as x cubed minus 3xy is equal to 1933. So now you can sum up the whole thing. Plus 3xy and minus 3xy cancel, leaving you with x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x is equal to 6,000 plus 1,000 is 7,000, 7,999. So 7,999. Okay, now this is still going to be a cubic equation, and you can actually solve it as x times x squared plus 3x plus 3, and then try to come up with the value of x. But there's a way more simpler equation, and that is when you just add 1 to both sides. Now, why do we do this? Again, we rely on recognition of patterns. So x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x is a repeated pattern of x plus 1 whole cube. The only thing missing here is a plus 1 constant. So when you do this, you can replace this whole thing as x plus 1 whole cube. And x plus 1 whole cube is equal to 8,000 which just happens to be 20 cube, right? So 2 cube is 8 and 10 cube is 1000, so 8 times 1000 is. So now you can basically say that x plus 1 whole cube being 20 means x plus 1 is 20, which implies that x is 19. And remember, what was x? X was nothing but a plus b. That was the replacement. So a plus b, which is what the question asks us to find out, is 90. Okay. So why this particular problem and what is it that we can learn? The key thing to remember is in math, sometimes you might be given complex equations and complex forms, but do not get bogged down by it. Learn how to tackle the complexity. The idea is not to figure out what A individually is and B individually is to find out what A plus B is, but rather to think of it as a question being asked as A plus B. So think of two variables put together to form another variable, which is what you want to solve for. So x, which is equal to a plus b, is what you're trying to solve for. So replacing patterns with other variables is one of the key algebraic manipulation techniques that you'll have to learn to solve higher level algebra and reduce the complexity of problems to eventually get to the answer without having to break your head into 1,000 pieces trying to solve what is A and what is B. But get to the answer, because that's exactly what the problem is all about. I hope these problem solving techniques come in handy as you deal with the problems that you face in your life, and learn that complexity is all about figuring out how to deal with it, how to reduce it, how to manipulate it, and bring out the simplicity behind the complex problems. And when you do that, you'll be able to get the answers. I hope you found this video interesting and insightful. If so, please do like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.